In case of an emergency, break glass. The truth about writer's block. Writer's block isn't about what you think it is. It's not an immovable barrier, but rather a temporary obstacle that only exists if you allow it to. This presentation explores the reality behind the myth and provides practical solutions to get your creativity flowing again. The myth of writer's block. Jerry Jenkins puts it bluntly, writer's block is a myth. No other profession accepts block as a legitimate reason to stop working. If you wait for motivation or inspiration to strike before writing, you'll be waiting forever. Creativity doesn't appear on demand. What we call writer's block is actually a combination of fear, procrastination, and perfectionism, masquerading as creative stoppage. Rather than accepting blocks, successful writers develop strategies to push through the resistance. Famous writers who struggled and won. Samuel Taylor Coleridge experienced what he called an indefinite, indescribable terror that prevented him from writing for an entire year in 1804. Paul Sylvia, a psychology professor and author on motivation, went 9 months without making progress on his own book about motivation. Despite these profound struggles, all eventually overcame their creative paralysis by fundamentally changing their mindset and establishing new writing habits. What really causes writer's block? This is from Research Insights, 2024 University of North Florida study. Psychological factors include stress and anxiety. That's the big purple, dark purple on the right. Next, fear of criticism, the lower, more lavender uh, pie chart. And then perfectionism, which is the next as we rotate around, procrastination, and then other factors. There are two main types of blocks, plot block and life block. Plot block is story logic stalls. Character or plot feels stuck. This is a craft problem, fixable with patience, restructuring, and narrative technique. Life block is personal issues can drain creative energy. It can require addressing deeper needs, self-care, mental health support, or lifestyle adjustments. Recognizing your specific block type is a crucial first step to implementing the right solution. Get her done. Practical hacks to break the block. You can schedule writing. Treat writing like a job. Paul Sylvia committed to 2 hours daily. No excuses. Consistency builds momentum and trains your brain for creativity. Step 2. You can do free writing. Set a timer for 10 to 15 minutes of unfiltered, unedited writing. This bypasses perfectionism and often produces unexpected insights. And you can change the environment. So if one place isn't working, work at a cafe or a park or library. Environmental novelty stimulates new neural connections and fresh perspectives. These practical approaches work because they shift focus from outcomes to process, making writing a habitual action rather than a high-stakes performance. Embrace fear and imperfection. The best writing is born of humility. That's from mystery writer and thriller writer Dean Koontz. Fear is natural and justified. Embrace it as a motivation. Perfectionism kills progress. Done is better than perfect. Writing imperfectly today creates a foundation for better writing. The most prolific writers aren't fearless. They've simply learned to write despite their fears. The power of mindset. Move on and melt the block. Blocks only exist if you let them. Writer's block is a construct we create and maintain. Recognize it as a temporary state, not a permanent condition. Get her done. As the blue-collar comedians say, simple forward motion is often the best solution. Action creates its own momentum. Act of faith. Writing requires belief in your ability to figure it out as you go. Trust the process and keep moving forward. Your mindset determines whether obstacles become barriers or stepping stones. Choose to see blocks as temporary challenges rather than immovable obstacles. Real talk. Motivation is not a gift, it's a choice. Waiting for motivation is like waiting for a bus that may never come. You have to start walking. Here's the motivation equation. Traditional belief, motivation inspires action, inspires results. The reality is that action inspires results, which increases motivation. Motivation is generated by the act of writing itself. The more you write, the more you want to write. Start small, but start today. Your emergency glass. Smash it and write. The world needs your story, so get her done. Writer's block is a temporary illusion. It dissolves the moment you decide to move forward despite uncertainty, fear, or imperfection. Your words matter. Break the glass, pick up your pen, and start writing right now.